Meditation. 10:59 p.m. 12/6/2024. The non-consent decision of going through the flames of healing indicates the reality of the power of destiny, as it is in fact the demonstration towards the host of how very formidable he or she is in fact, and thus will in time become. All of this is due for to fulfill the purpose of coming to know his or her strength, his or her sacred gift of knowing, your compelling determination to live, to realize the will to move forward. The dark times are never permanent, as I have lived through the times of cruelty. However, as one is suffering those moments, the human being who instantly rejects the gift of suffering will have to even understand the rejecting of wishing that these moments end immediately, because the time element and pains for suffering opposes elevation and salvation. The times of suffering is a fundamental vitality for all of which is transpiring to bring about its divine purpose, and therefore accumulation of perception, understanding for the sake of possessing the information to pass on inside of a world that is descending into darkness because of the lacking of a clear perception of how to naturally refrain from actions of self-destruction. The times as this are vital so the world will not fall victim to itself. Go and sin no more. Move forward and end your plight of self-destruction, yourself. The ending of self-destruction from the mentality of self is the ending of the coming of darkness, and thus, the instantaneous beginning of better time before you. The humble and immense power of the choice for the self is the love for the self of the host. The offering the will to suffer for the betterment of times forthcoming is the greatest love without measure for any human being whom loves the earth they live upon, because of the love found inside through the storms, which is revealed to have forever been present because of being an extension of a sacred force which created all of which is seen and felt, all of which is gained and lost, and all of which is made better and never worse. Realizing the immense love which you were created from sparks a calming state that is read as beyond what one perceives as humility. This is not humility. This is simply the profound state of existing. Is it possible for the human being to come to a state of being of where he or she is able to be stilled and not feel the enchantment of everyday responsibilities? The pressures and stress of what have been designed by the system as everyday and night thoughts of survival? Can this be reached inside by not escaping into the vices created, which will not cause these forces to diminish, but to be only to some measure forgotten? Drugs, drinking, partying, etc. To disprove of those manners of active self-destruction reveals a human being who is humbly willing to not escape through the temporary means of dismissal. They have only come to understand the vitality of every moment in the living journey which has inside of it the means to survival through the storms of living, and to remain a willing student in coming to master themselves to the capacity that no forthcoming challenge will be able to force them to compromise what they have suffered to come to know. Written by David Anthony Brayboy.